What's going on, y'all? How you doing? Uh, One of the main things that I wanted to tell y'all is that China, and a lot of people already know this, that China is working with the cartels in Mexico. They have been for a longer than way longer than they've been reporting it. Okay, China has already had a deal with the opium. Okay, for years. Now China with Russia, Iran, and Venezuela, couple other countries. Well, Venezuela's down there in South America, but anyway, Russia, Iran, and China and other countries are over here in South America, just south of the Panama Canal. Now, if you watch Monkey Works, he talked about this a long time ago. I put it on my other deal, but I've been erased so many damn times and all, and it's like I keep repeating myself, but that's what I'm doing. The thing is that to where none of this is getting reported on. Nobody's saying anything of what's happening just south of the border, except for all the people that are coming here. That's all we're hearing. China is in the big middle of it. China also has a lot of, from what I'm hearing, special forces and things that are blending in with the people that are coming across the border. There's nationalities from all over the world coming here, y'all. And if you're not paying attention, you're looking at all these military aged males. Everybody sees that as well. But how are they all getting here without being impeded? You understand what I'm telling you? These South America and Mexico and all that, they don't have all that kind of stuff to take care of all those hundreds of thousands of people. So China is facilitating this whole thing because China's economy is in the toilet, literally in the toilet. Their biggest banks over there have seized accounts. They are literally hiding the things that they are doing, just like our government is. But they are helping more people around here to get to the U.S. And on top of that, Canada. Yeah. Now, Trudeau and China, they're not too smoothie or whatever, but China does have their way into Canada as well. No way around it. China's everywhere. They've been doing it for years and years and years. Those of us that have been alive longer than 20 something, we've seen it. We've lived it. We've been there. I've been in the construction trade for over 30 something years myself. I have literally damn near been pushed, or pretty much pushed out of my own trade because of all the illegals coming here and working for a little bit of nothing. Here's something else that people don't understand. China knows this and they're helping people get here because all the mommies, they're not raising anybody that wants to work. Well, these Mexicans and all these Venezuelans and stuff like that, they don't care about some hard work. They don't care about sweating and all that kind of stuff. We've got a generation here in the U.S. that are pampered and so wussified it's freaking pathetic. And then there's going to be our biggest problem because there's going to be people in this world, in this country, that are going to have some people and all. And then if we have a bunch of pampered little wussies, mainly the white kids and all that are used to being pampered, why should they get off of the goddamn couch when mommy takes care of everything, right? See what I'm saying? But China knows this. China's seen this. China knew all about it. They knew about George Soros. China and George Soros used to be kind of smoothie until everything kind of flip-flopped. And then Soros went with old Klaus Schwab with the New World Order and all that kind of crap. Yeah. And that kind of put a damper on things because China turned around and issued an international arrest warrant for George Soros. That's the reason why that batch has been hanging around here in the U.S. for so long. But China knows all this stuff. They've done it to their own freaking people. Okay? They've done everything. They keep all their people so indoctrinated, so scared, so, don't say nothing, because China, they're doing just what Australia and England are getting their ways from the Chinese, and then of course the democratic Nazis and all that. If people say something and you don't like, you go to their house and arrest them because of something that they put on Facebook. Already happened in Australia, already happened in England, in the UK. And they're trying to push that shit here. China is the biggest pinnacle of everything that's happening around the world, because they realize China has the nation of over 1 billion people under their thumb. That they won't do nothing, they won't say anything, because they know if they do, they're screwed. They're not going to, the state themselves, the communist, the CCP, will come and cart your ass to jail. That's what they're trying to push here, if you don't understand that now. That's the reason why that the cops here in the United States are going to be targets. I talk to people all the time. I even have people that comment on my other posts and stuff. And they say, dude, I've been carrying a badge for over 22 years. And you're right. Because those cops, they ain't going to give a goddamn whatsoever about you, me, or whatsoever. You know why? They got families of their own. And see, China knows all this shit. That everything that goes with the civil society, from policemen and all that kind of stuff, that's the reason why their cops over there, they, you see them and they've got just a stoic look on their face, you know what I mean? And they'll just, yes, and they'll just grab people and do what they're supposed to, because, they're robots. They're robots. And that's what they want us to do here. So, man, China is also doing everything with our food. They manipulate their money, which messes up the world stock market, which in turn messes up our money and our economy. China is the biggest manipulator of everything and anything around the world, especially their currency. Okay? Now, China has always been the kind of where they sit and look at you and talk real nice and everything, and then they'll turn around and walk out and just, Yeah. They do it to their own people, man. If you don't know anything about the Uyghurs over there, the ethnic Muslims in China, because over there, like Mongolia and northern China and all that kind of stuff, well, they take them and put them in re-education camps and use them for slave labor, and also use them for organ harvesting. They also use them for whatever, instead of putting a Chinese person's life in danger or what, they'll send somebody down like that. And if they make it back, then okay. But if they don't make it back, no big deal. People really need to understand there are deviant governments in this world, and most of them, pretty much all of them, they model themselves after China and the epic communist cause, which has to do with Karl Marx. Okay? Karl Marx was nothing but an unclean, unkept, unshaven, just a bum. He was an alcoholic, and because he said a couple of little smarty things or what that the people liked, well, they pulled him into their inner circle. And then Karl Marx wrote a book about how to get more from all the rich people, because that's all he did. And he made a book about it. Well, now there was so many people, so many governments around the world that wanted to model their government after that book. Just so happens that it was Stalin, or Lenin, Stalin, Mao even done it. Who was that? Pol Pot, Mussolini, Hitler, and oh yeah, the American Democrats. They all learned it from the same freaking thing. If you know anything about propaganda from the Nazi Party and Joseph Goebbels, that's where it all comes. The message is how it gets out. And most of the time, anybody telling the goddamn lie, he who tells the information first is perceived as truth. You get that? You see what I mean? And China has been pushing this shit for freaking years, man. Back when I was a kid, you could go just about anywhere, and find everything that was made in America. You can't hardly find shit that's made in America nowadays. See what I mean? So those of us that have been out there in the world every day and knowing it and seeing it and know what's going on are going to sit there and tell all these little dumbasses, these 20 somethings or 30 somethings that think that they're just all, oh, we need to be open borders and just let them come over, yeah. And then they're going to turn around and find out, son of a bitch, what have we done? Because all these people treat us like dirt. That's what happens. Germany did the same thing to the Jews that were in there. Austria, Hungary, and all them, they all did the same thing. The hell, they're doing it now. There's so many bullshit happening over there in Europe that is pathetic, and it's all perceived from the communist ideals. If you don't know anything about, what is it, Nikita Khrushchev, if you don't know anything about him, go back and just Google Nikita Khrushchev and JFK. You'll sit there and watch him stand right there and tell JFK, oh, well, the Soviet Union will bypass America and all the technology and blah, blah, this and that, yada, yada. And then that's when he opened up, and that's where the damn Rothschild Bank and all that kind of shit tried to start up everything over there and go at Russia. They did it back then in the 40s, man. What do you think they're doing now? It's the same shit. And it all has to do with China. Okay? But now China and Russia are smoozing up, but Putin knows damn well that he don't really trust too many. Russia don't have a good reputation of actually trusting their partners. You know what I mean? And Putin knows that. And China, they are itching for a fight. Now the deal is that Putin, everybody over there, they're all nuclear, and if they ever let the nukes fly, it's going to be bad for them. I don't think we'll be too much in it, but the point is that China has already said that it's not like that we couldn't lose a few million people. We'll be okay. Really? The guy sits there and just literally looks in the camera and tells you, oh, if we lose a few million people, we'll be okay. And it's kind of like, man, just send them to the slaughterhouse or whatever. It's no big deal, right? That's China. You don't know anything about the dog meat market over there. Yeah, that's why you need to be careful about buying all these Nike shoes, because those shoes might be dog leather and not cow leather. Yeah. Yeah. They boil dogs alive. It's pathetic, man. It's horrible. It's disgusting. And that Wuhan deal with all those wet markets and things like that, you ought to see them, man. It's horrible. There's blood running in the streets and all that. And people just walking around like it's nothing. So you need to understand what kind of people that are trying to facilitate things changing in our country, because in their country, it's horrible. Did you know that you could go from one province of China to another province of China and talk to someone, and then they won't even know what they're saying or what you mean? Yeah, there's certain slangs that you can use in certain parts of China that's that where everybody uses it, but those people go to another one, or they switch or something like that. They can go to other places, even though they're speaking Chinese, they're speaking in a different slang, to where those people, to where you go to a different place, you could even insult them, or they just won't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, in China. So they have their own people segregated from these huge cities, okay, that have big mountains in between them and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So and China doesn't allow their people to travel too much and things like that. No, they don't let them do that. And the only way that you will travel, and that's if you're okayed through the channels. You understand what I'm telling you? Yeah. So these are just some of the things that I've tried to put out over there on TikTok, and they're flagged immediately. Okay. So people really need to get with the program. Do a little bit more research on China, what they're doing with the money markets, our stock markets, commodities around the world. Uh, like I say, the dog meat trade and everything, and how they're doing, trying to pass off leather as regular cow leather or something like that, but it's dog skin. It's not as thick, it's not as durable, and yeah. So, and these people are still paying God knows how much money for Nikes, these shoes. That's oh my God, that's so goddamn dumb. It's pathetic. So, but there are a lot more things that China is doing behind the scenes that nobody is seeing, nobody's talking about, because all of the propaganda that is spewed here in the U.S. is to protect China. Look into Michael Bloomberg, Little Mike. Yeah, well, Bloomberg News, him, even Disney, and many other people, Hollywood, especially Hollywood, all of them will not make any movies whatsoever that are adverse to China. You know that? Yeah. Michael Bloomberg says, do not put anything in my newspaper or online or anything that has anything that goes against China. Yeah. So all these people talking their trash about the millionaires and billionaires that are just doing this and just doing that or whatever, don't believe them. They're a bunch of freaking liars, man. They will throw you under the bus. They will grind your kids up in the gears as long as they can get away. You understand what I'm telling you? People need to get right. They need to get straight and understand, man, that we have people that want to delete us. All of us. It don't matter. It don't matter. Our lives mean zero to them. You get me? So, everybody, please stop buying anything from China. When you go into a store, you ask the people, where is your stuff made in America? They do have it. It's a short, small section, probably, but they do have it. 90% of the shit in Walmart stores and things of that nature, it's all from China. Look around for stores. There is a website that I use sometimes, and well, I've been going there, but it's Made in America Forever. They have thousands and thousands of products. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Delete China and go to this place and buy everything you need that's made here in America. And it's called Made in America Forever. And I've been looking at them and buying some things from them and all that. Yeah, and I'd like to get a little bit more. So I wanted to spread the news with y'all and let y'all know what was going on, and then make your lives better, man. Get better stuff. I mean, you heard about this. Is something else that just popped in my head. You remember when China sent a bunch of toys over here and all the paint was lead tainted, and they freaking knew it. Yeah. So they were going to send lead tainted paint for kids that were 2 to 4 to 5, 6 years old. Kids that put them in their mouths and all that kind of stuff. Touching it and their hands in their mouth, and the Chinese know that too. You see what I'm telling you? There's some sick, deranged sons of men. And Chi ain't nothing but a cold-hearted vessel of a man, if that's what you want to call it. He looks like a blob more than, a little slant-eyed blob. That's what he looks like. We have a huge Chinese neighborhood community here in Texas, several of them. Houston, Dallas, you know. And a lot of those people, they don't like those people over there. You understand what I'm telling you? That's why most of them come to America, to get away from those people, because they know how it is over there. And there's a lot of people that are from China, actually from around the whole world, that will fight for this flag. So don't take everybody that you see just because they are Chinese or whatever. Watch them, pay attention. But there are a lot of people that are here that will fight for this flag. So I didn't want to make this too damn long. I hope it didn't go too much. I can't really see. Yeah, I got it pretty long. I apologize, but I just want to tell you I got a bunch of stuff about China, that I wanted y'all to know how everything, what they're doing against us. So now you know why I say, God bless the United States of America. Screw you commies. You know the drill. That's why I say it. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. I got more. I've just been trying to culminate, put all this stuff together. I've got a lot of projects around the house I'm trying to take care of. I've got car shows that are coming up that I'm trying to get ready for. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. I'm trying to get more and put it together and where it matters. Okay? So I appreciate y'all. One more time, God bless the United States of America and screw you commies. You know the drill. Right. You have a good day. Later. I appreciate it. See you.